Hi all, this is part 2 of the interview questions. In this video, we'll see what is virtual DOM, how virtual DOM works, how different it is from the real DOM. Before that, this is a DOM, document object model. Any of the UI representation of the components in the browser will be looking in this format. Let's see that in action. So I have this UI components and this application. It would be represented in the DOM in this format. This is a DOM representation. We have a DOM tree of HTML, head and body. Each and every change, a small change in this application also needs to re-render and restructure this DOM, which is expensive in terms of time. So this is the reason React introduced virtual DOM. In short, virtual DOM is it will only insert what all the changes happen into the DOM. It will not reconstruct entire DOM. It will only modify the change into the DOM. It will insert the only modified change into the DOM. So this is a virtual DOM. And how it works behind the screens. Behind the screens, if any component changes, React will keep that as a dirty check. It will keep a dirty check on that. And as on when the component changes, state changes, it will not go and re-render the DOM immediately. We have a batch updates. It holds for some time, and as on when the time finishes, it goes for the updating the DOM. Before that, there would be one step, like there would be a comparison step. We have a virtual DOM, and now we have updated some state. So we got a new virtual DOM. There would be a diffing algorithm works between both of these. So here we can find what changes or happened to the component. And now we will insert only that change into the real DOM. We will not reconstruct the DOM, only we will insert the change happened to the component. So this is the virtual DOM. This process is known as reconciliation process. During this process, we will have a component like will show React DOM. You mean the virtual DOM was updated. The virtual DOM should be synced up with the real DOM. This will be happen with the help of React DOM. We will be importing React DOM. The purpose of importing the React DOM is to sync up the virtual DOM with the real DOM. So that is the main reason of importing React DOM. So hope you understand what is virtual DOM. So to experience the virtual DOM in the screens, we have an option. In the developer tools, go here, settings, more tools, rendering. If you click this option and click the paint flashing, so whatever the component is refreshing and rendering, you can observe that in the UI part. So let me show you once. If I click in installation, so see what all the components are updated, it is flashing. So this is how it works. So in sense, if you wanted to understand which component is re-rendering and how the virtual DOM is constructing or not, you can also see in the virtual DOM tree. So for example, if I change something here, so you also can see in the DOM tree, only the part which is component which is changed that is updating, not entire DOM. So this is all about virtual DOM. So coming to the next question. Why React uses class name attribute instead of class attribute? So for this, let's take an example of one file. So here I'm using class name attribute instead of class. So usually in HTML, we'll use class to apply a styling format. But in React.js, we will use class name. This is because React.js uses JSX syntax. It means we are going to write HTML and JavaScript in the same file. And as we know, JavaScript, ES6 and TypeScript uses class as a reserved word. So this is the reason we are using class name instead of class. If we use the class here, it would be ambiguity. Like we have a class here and also a class here. So we are taking this class as a reserved word and we are using class name. This is the reason. Not only class name, we will also use for. For is also a reserved word in ES6. So we'll go with HTML for. We'll go with HTML for attribute. So coming to the third question, we might have seen zero point 0.1 plus zero point 0.2 is not equal to zero point 0.3. So let's understand why this happens. So this would come usually in the written test of JavaScript interview questions. So I'm typing HT 0.1 plus zero point 0.2 is triple equal to zero point 0.3. It returned me false. This is because the representation of the floating point would be different in terms of binary system. So how this zero point 0.1 and zero point 0.2 are stored in the binary system. So that makes more difference for this calculation. So let's understand that. So I will keep this for more details. I will keep this URL in the description section so you can learn more about this. Let me explain in small terms. I mean, in a simple words. So base 10, it means a human readable format. We have a human readable format. It means base 10. So all this 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 1 by 6, these will return an non-repeating denominator. It means it will not repeat a huge number. Whereas coming to 1 by 3, 1 by 6, 1 by 6, 7, it will be a repeating denominator numbers. For example, if I say 1 by 3, see, you have a repeating denominator numbers, repeating decimal number. So in the same way, in the computer, which is binary system 2, all these numbers would be valid. Whereas coming to 1 by 10 and 1 by 5 would be represented, it has the repeating decimals. So for these repeating decimals, there is one carry over leftover. I mean, one in terms of decimals, zeros and ones would be there. While we are doing this calculation, one carry over will left and it would be carry over further. So that is the reason we will get 0.1, 0. That is the reason we are going to get this is equal to 0.3 after lost we have 4. This is the reason we are getting this is not equal to 0.3. So as we have lost 4, this is a carry forwarded digit. So because of this, this equality would be break up. So only for this floating point we'll get this. Apart from others, we won't get any of this issue. So this is the real reason behind this. Let me repeat this once again. The representation of the floating point would be different in the binary system. So that's the main reason behind this. Hope you understand the video. Thanks for watching.